Addi is made up of 5 steps: analyze, design, develop, implement, and evaluate. The first step is analyze. In this first step, it's necessary to identify the problem that you will be providing a solution for, as well as identifying learning goals. You should also identify who is your learner and their needs in the time frame for the entire development process. The second step is design. In this step, the learning goals are transformed into clear learning objectives. The content is decided upon by sketching out storyboards and wireframes, and scripts are written for any videos or voiceovers. The third step is develop. In this step, the storyboards and wireframes are used to help create the actual content that will be used in the module. It's at this stage when videos and voiceovers are recorded and edited as well. The fourth step is implement. In this step, the completed course or instructional activity is implemented in a classroom for students to use. This can be a pilot test or the actual launch of the course or instructional activity. The fifth and final step is evaluate. In this step, data is collected and reviewed. This is where you find out if the problem you are trying to resolve is in fact resolved due to the course or instructional activity that you implemented. It's at this stage that you might choose to revise your course or instructional activity due to the feedback and data from the implementation. The Addi process is widely used by instructional designers and is a useful process when creating almost any part of curriculum, big or small. Each step is a critical part of the process and helps the next step be successful.
Okay, so that is the Addi process. In short, okay, each alphabet stands for something. Okay, so this is part of a training and development process. Okay, what kind of questions will come out from here? They can give you a case and ask you to match it to the Addi process. That's one in exams. Another possibility is they ask you what is Addi. Just like they ask you what is PDPA. Okay, so A for analyze. After you analyze, you design the overall program. After you design the overall program, you develop the course. And then you implement it, and then you evaluate it. You will notice most of the T and D process, they are similar but different in some ways. So let's see. Training needs survey and analysis. Which part is it?
Actually, it's under A actually, which is the analyze actually.
Okay, very good. You analyze, right? Okay, and then after that, you conduct your training needs survey. Then you analyze it, and then you notice the gap, right? When you notice the gap, you design the overall program. So, for example, this is more for in-house design. So for our case, we don't have to design. Maybe we can find vendor. Okay, but in the event that we need to do our own design, okay, we know what kind of program we want. For example, I want to train the older employees on basic Excel skills. Okay, so that's the overall program. And then I come up with, okay, they need to learn how to open Excel. They need to learn basic addition functions and divide. Plus, minus, times, divide. They may know plus, they may know minus, but they don't know where to find times and divide. And then maybe auto sum. Okay, so these three things I want to teach them. So I already have a design. These are the three things. Then I go and develop how I want to teach them. That's the D, develop. So I need to do course materials, I need to do slides. Then maybe I need to have assessments. After that, I will need to implement it to the workers, to my target workers. Okay, so during the development and the design, I also take into consideration their learning styles and the learning profile. Then after I do that, when I implement it, after that I will under evaluate. Okay, what should we be doing? Other than Darren, can someone else tell me? Evaluate. What consists of evaluating cost effectiveness? File.
Hello.
Yep. What consists of evaluating cost effectiveness? What do you do here at this step?
You evaluate the product to see how well it works.
Cost effectiveness. What is the product here? Tipping.
Hello.
Yep.
Can you repeat again?
What do you do here under evaluate cost effectiveness?
You need to measure the outcomes. Is it like see the whether got performance improvement or skills improvement?
True. Okay. Before that, something else. Cost effectiveness. That is one of the things you measure improvements. Okay. But then we just talked about this only, how to evaluate the cost effectiveness.
Is it feedback?
What feedback you call that?
Trainees response.
There's a term for it. You have to do it for a report. What do you call it? Post something.
Post survey.
Post what survey?
Post training survey.
Very good. You do a post training survey here. Okay. And then you will have to analyze it. Okay. Qian Bing brought up a very good point. Okay. Post training survey, although your report requires you to do that three things, there are more to it. Okay, we will talk about this in the later units. Okay, things like how much the employee learn, how much they apply what they learn at the workplace. Okay, so these are the things that we will look at later on. Okay, but for now, this is just know that there is an evaluate stage. Okay, now any question? I assume no. Okay, I'll move on. Okay, so these are the outcome. Okay, so the process here is a factor for you to consider. Next will be the outcome. Okay, the outcome of training and development will be trainees' response, skills improvement, and performance improvement. These are the three outcomes. What trainee feels about, how trainee feels about it, what the skills improvement, and with the skills improvement, are there performance improvement? For example, you send a sales representative to an upselling course. You need to see whether the trainee like it or not. Is it suitable for his or her learning style, that course? Did the person learn anything? Okay, if the person did learn something, okay, this can be seen from the assessment that they participated in. They pass or they fail. Okay, next. Even after they pass or fail, okay, even after they pass, they need to practice what they learn, right? So that should translate into performance improvements. Now, if they pass the upselling course, but in the end their sales target never improved, that means there's no performance improvement. They didn't apply it. Okay, so these are the three outcomes, important outcomes for training. So trainee response, we do that by administering a survey, which you will be doing for your report. These are the things that you try to find out. You go and Google more, there are more possible things that you can find out. Two listed here. Okay, skills improvement. Did they learn new ways of doing things, or they already know from the course? Do they test? Did they pass the test? If not, when they come back, management should give them a test. Okay, performance improvement. Okay, here another example. Did the number of guest complaints go down after 3 months? Did the sales target of the sales representative improved? Increased? Or not sales target? Did the sales representative hit the sales target or more after the training? So training needs survey, we did this just now already. Okay, yep, so that is the end of the heaviest topic. So let's do a quick recap. Okay, these are the objectives. We talked about learning, education, training, and staff development. We talked about why organizations train the workforce, how they identify needs, that is through the training needs survey. Explain purpose of training, the benefit of training, the different ways training can be delivered, what are the roles of the HRA, and then the factors to consider. Okay, so any question with regard to what we learned, to what we talked about today, or your report? Anything you want to clarify for your report? Okay? If not, we'll call it a day. I'll give you the rest of the time to work on your report. Do note that next week, I want to look at your training needs survey questions and your analysis. When you are doing it, I want you to keep in mind the context. Okay, that is what is written in the case. Okay, if you have no question, I will see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow lessons 8 o'clock. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. I'll see you. If any question, just text me with regard, text the class group. Don't text me, text the class group. Someone will answer you.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
See you, bye-bye.
Thank you.
No problem.